The Eclipse Cross is a mashup of the front-end appearance of the brand's other conservative hybrids and a totally extraordinary outline at the back, one that looks more athletic and daring from a few edges yet busier from others. Inside, the dash has a separated, cockpit-style format with a considerable measure of brightwork. The driver interface has two highlights of extraordinary note. Top trim levels incorporate a head-up show that hides when it's not being utilized, and the infotainment framework in everything except the base ES incorporates a 7.0-inch tablet-like show that sits on the dash. The last backings both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and will feel in a flash natural to everything except the most unfaltering Luddites, despite the fact that it does not have a straightforward volume handle. What won't feel as direct is the touchpad used to control the framework that is set into the inside reassure. It consolidates trays of Lexus trackpad and Audi's MMI framework. Less energizing than the styling, however, may be more imperative is the new turbocharged 1.5-liter inline-4 in the engine. Some portion of another motor family, it makes 152 strength at 5,500 revolutions per minute and 184 lb-ft of torque from 2,000 to 3,500 revolutions per minute. The Euro spec Eclipse Cross we rolled over the mid-year had 9 more strength, however a similar torque figure. It's upbeat on an eating routine of standard unleaded, in spite of the fact that EPA mileage evaluations are not yet accessible. The motor is smooth and sounds wonderful, pulling without protestation from around 1500 revolutions per minute and extremely becoming animated by 2500 revolutions per minute, in spite of the fact that it's silly to rev it past 5000, where the power trails off. The motor redlines at 6000 RPM. Moving the move lever over to one side into its manual door enables to secure one of 8 preset proportions, enabling you to keep the turbo on bubble and convey on constrained enlistments guarantee as a substitution for a bigger, normally suctioned motor. Be that as it may, left to its own gadgets, the ceaselessly factor-programmed transmission, CVT, quiets the motor's sharpness and torque as opposed to exhibiting them. It's still less a degree a bummer in loose city cruising, in as much as you wouldn't fret the going with slurred revs. An eco mode catch additionally diminishes quickening agent inputs and enhances the CVT's unease in any endeavor to stay aware of speedier activity. Road driving draws out an anxiety in the transmission, as it raises the revs far higher than should be expected when delicately including velocity and chases around with its proportion decisions on slight tough levels. Curiously, Mitsubishi fits enormous, fulfilling shift paddles deserving of a Games Auto on the Eclipse Cross guiding segment, where they ought to be. Yank the left one entering a tight barrette turn and the revs rise languidly, yet there's very little forward push when you get back on the quickening agent. Mass might be a piece of the issue. Mitsubishi's expressed weight for a completely stacked Eclipse Cross Salord, 3,516 pounds. Is about 250 pounds heavier than the last Outlander Sport we tried, a 2.0 odd show. Along these lines, we're not anticipating that this model should cut much in the event that anything from that vehicle's 9.5 seconds 0 to 60 mph time. Cheerfully, the Eclipse Cross tracks extraordinarily well and has exact controlling. That is maybe an outgrowth of the work Mitsubishi has done to give this model more body solidness and unbending nature than it improved the situation the Outlander Sport. Be that as it may, the agreeable suspension and the restricted grasp from the 18-inch Bridgestone Ecopielo moving protection elastic, the tire for everything except base ES models, which get 16-inch forkins, consolidates to influence this hybrid to feel not as much as spry when hurled hard into corners. All variants of the Eclipse Cross, put something aside for the base ES, come standard with an all-wheel drive framework that Mitsubishi calls Super All-Wheel Control, SAWC. As in the Outlander and the Outlander Sport, this framework utilizes an electronically controlled thick focus differential to adjust the stream of torque between the front and back axles. The Eclipse Cross has open differentials front and back like the Outlander Sport, yet it includes more complex programming that uses the brakes to control torque stream between the left and right wheels. The Outlander, in any case, has a more nuanced framework that additionally finesses torque conveyance between the front wheels without requiring the brakes, rather utilizing a moment grip pack. The all-wheel drive and security control frameworks in the Eclipse Cross likewise have gravel and snow modes, and ground leeway on odd models is a liberal 8.5 inches. However, going 4x4 umping isn't expected to be a center competency.